Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, let's dive into what would the divine masculines like the feminines to know about how they approach these connections, how they move in these connections. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. How do the divine masculines view and approach these connections, their divine counterparts? How do they feel on the heart space? What would they like the feminines to know about what it's like for them? And higher guidance for the feminines regarding what we're going to see here. All right, there we go. All the usual daily things that I didn't list off. Also, if you'd like to work with me, I just opened the first 2 weeks of September, so grab a session, links in the description box below. Okay, what would the masculines like the feminines to know about how they view the connections in general? They are heart opening towards union. Like in general, these things crack their hearts open. They break them out of the strictly physical world and they show them heart and soul. It's not just about the pentacles or what meets the eye. It opens their heart, it opens their mind, it opens their soul to love. Wow. What do the feminines need to know about this? Love yourself, feminines, because you know, when you are loving yourself, you magnetize someone who loves you. What can we see for how these masculines would like the feminines to know about the way they feel about their feminine? Okay, so these connections, I heard call them out on their shiznit. Like everything that the masculines have had covert, the imprinting, anything fake, anything not authentic, these connections brings that out. At first, it's like, well, there's my potential. That's the one. There they are. I can be at my best. That person represents my highest timeline. I see myself matching someone exactly like that. And then it puts them through the ringer because they have to become trued up to that potential. And that's an inside job. Six of Wands can be public reputation and acclaim. In the inverse, like this is a self-accountability and dying to self with the cross here. This can be, you know, highest truth, precision, but in the inverse, it's like scouring internally to know that they are accountable only to those inner recesses of their heart, that they know whether something is balanced or not. We all have that conscience. Not everybody externally to us is privy to our conscience, but these masculines are assuring the feminines that you cause them to, I heard time and time again, refine to this level that it's like they have to be honest with themselves on the minutia in order to be connected to you feminines in union. Four of Wands, like actual union, actual love, actual connection. The masculines have to be actually honest on every level. What do we need to see? The world. So feminines, keep working on your wholeness, because when you come into wholeness and balance on that level, only a divine masculine, truly aligned one can do. You won't settle, and you deserve only that level. What can we see for how the masculines would like the feminines to know about the way they view this whole connection on the heart space and how they maneuver that way? Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords. So they're all up in their minds. It causes them to make sure of the impeccable truth. They really take their time. They really make sure that they have grown these wings. It causes them to have to come correct. It causes them to devote their inner world. This can be like hermit mode, but removes them from all these other pathways and people pleasing and predictive programming. It takes them out of the world and brings them into that alignment. Advice for the feminines. overcome the devil energies. Don't stoop to interpreting this journey in a low vibrational way. Stay in your strength and balance that out. If you're not seeing something from a positive frequency and managing your thoughts and your actions in alignment with what you know is the highest truth, if you're doing things that are not genuine because you've got fear-based assessments of what your masculine might be doing, you're missing the mark. You're missing what you should be focusing on. So this is about holding yourself accountable, even if your masculine appears to be, or you have no idea what your masculine is up to. You know, if they're not doing something in alignment, or anybody for that matter, it's your job to keep yourself in alignment. So it really comes down to not needing to know why they are or are not doing certain things. All you need to concern yourself is it working for you or not? And if not, what can you do about it to stabilize yourself and not take it personally, but balance out into this humble strength? So with that being said, the masculines definitely are in a deep self-assessment on the heart space. It brings their minds with all these swords. It brings the heart space of this connection, trues their mindset, their thoughts. It offers a contrast they don't find anywhere else. What can we see that the masculines would like the feminines to know about how they view them, on how they view their feminine on the heart space? Yeah, the impeccable truth, the Queen of Swords, off with their head. So the masculines know that union is this prize at the top of this staircase, and that the Queen of Swords will be able to tell with this excellent perception whether they are ready for union, whether they are pure, whether they are authentic, whether the masculine is overcome their karma, has overcome their karma. The Nine of Wands is karma. This is the perseverance that happens when we know what to overcome, and now we're just, you know, doing the cleanup. 10 of Wands is where we are doing the burden. The burden is about to give way to purpose and resilience and overcoming. So on the heart space, you motivate them, even at a distance, to become impeccable and to keep going, feminines. What do the feminines need to know? Yeah. When your masculine understands the gift that this whole overview of this connection is, and it wasn't just missed opportunities once and for all, like, oh, oops, you missed it, done, you don't ever get a chance again. Once your masculine sees a broader view of these connections, they will start to realize what a gift all of it is, and that's when they can come in. So it's not so much about the short-sighted hit and miss dotted on this journey. It's about the bigger picture. It's about them sitting under the Bodhi tree and really seeing beyond all of the different temptations and coming into the acceptance of what the divine has been offering them. But as we saw, they like to work for it. Your masculine really wants to earn your favor. They don't want you to accept breadcrumbs from them. They want you to know your worth. They want you to be impeccable. They do not want you to take their immaturity or their short-sightedness or their energy in any way personally. They want you to set a standard. And when they have refined themselves and balanced themselves out to be able to meet that kind of a standard, that is when they can say to the divine, thank you for this gift. Before that, they're like, oh, divine, you shouldn't have, right? And now when they've earned their stripes, that means they can say yes and not have imposter syndrome. So they really want you to know this. It's not about you. It's about them becoming that hero, the hero's journey. What can we see for the manifestations that the masculines want you to be aware of? Knight of Swords and the Hermit. So when they're in hermit mode, they don't want you to fear that they're rejecting you by not communicating. When they're not communicating, they are in their hermit mode, focusing on the big picture. They're looking at a plan for the long term. They're changing, they're growing. This card, funnily enough, also is an ant with the fungus that takes over their brain and kind of does mind control. So the predictive programming that we talked about a little bit in the Eight of Swords here, when they're in hermit mode, that is when they are integrating whatever the catalyst between the two of you has been in the last meetup or the last exchange of words or the less of energy. And so they're overcoming where they've been giving over their mind or, ego aligned with things that are not authentic to them. When they're in hermit mode, this is where that work gets done. They need that space, feminines. They wish you would know that when they manifest distance or silence between you, it's the most productive part of the journey for them. And if you use it wisely, it will be that for you as well. What can we see? Yes, here's the Four of Pentacles for the feminines, opening the feminine's heart. So this is your advice. When your masculine takes a step back to go into hermit mode, don't slam your heart shut. Open your heart further and start to manifest and start to meditate on how could this be my masculine actually making progress? And therefore you, feminines, take that note and come into more safety, more openness, more joy, more gratitude that you are making progress or the connection can make progress. Because whatever has, now this is with truly aligned ones, many times feminines will say things were going so well and then all of a sudden my masculine, where did they go? This is what's happening, feminines. What can we see for the actions that the masculines are taking and what they wish their feminine knew? Yeah, baby steps through the transformation. They want to bring things into balance, equality between the two, equanimity. They don't want things to move forward at all if it's not in this eternal love balance. And so they are willing to take it slow. They're also working on something with their abundance. With this ladybug here in this deck, I've been drawn lately to interpret that as they have some opportunities, possibly change in career, possibly more money, windfalls coming in, something because they are wishing for this impeccable balance in their life. Other areas of their lives are finding, I heard Lady Luck is landing on them. So this meditation on the destined path and individuating from this mind control stuff, it doesn't just happen in the context of the love here, feminines. It happens across the board. Your connection is intricately woven into them, your masculine as a provider, a protector, a manifester. You are such an inspiration to them. And when you catalyze them through stimulating change and growth, they also have this up-leveling in other areas of their life. What else can we see? The Emperor, yes. So feminines, like there's a masculine kind of all stoic and not paying attention, not looking directly, but they've got a knowing about something with the sword of truth planted firmly. And then this crystal ball, that could be a pentacle, but I often just interpreted it as they know something about the future and they are sticking to a plan. They may not have shared that plan with you, but they are in this deliberate balancing hermit mode, steps in a process, transformation, getting rid of external influences, becoming more and more honest with themselves, and knowing that when they come forward to you, you are this Queen of Swords that can tell whether or not they are there yet, so to speak. And so they want to pass the test, but when they make themselves proud, that is when they have the confidence to approach you and trust that they will make you proud as well. What is their biggest challenge? What would they wish you would know about this? 10 of Pentacles and the World, deviating from the norm. Their biggest challenge is that the world has one ingrained way of perpetuating a specific type of success, but there is something that is truly next level, that is a legacy, which requires people to step fully into their divinity, their manifestation powers, their self-worth, their creativity. It's really fully living. And so this is their biggest challenge, is finding their exit plan, I just heard, from the world into giving themselves wholehearted permission to go for their dream life, I heard, who they really want to be and how they really want to be living in this world. So for some of them, this is Pentacles based. This is financial. They've got a financial plan. It may be that they haven't quite wrapped that up yet. They haven't quite achieved what they thought that they could. Or there are some circumstances I'm getting that they need a creative solution to. What the feminines need to know. Keep an open mind. 3 of Wands. Usually the 3 of Wands is looking at the horizon for the ships to come in. So you will see something changing here as the masculines close out certain cycles and come up with some creative aspect to this plan that they would like to activate in their life. You will start to see something. You'll know something is up, feminines. What is the solution to this? Wishing for the 4 of Cups. Okay, so the 4 of Cups, that's the card where I said that, or channeled, that the masculines will see this kind of gift from the divine, that this connection is. So the answer is to keep wishing for all abundance to come in, including this connection. So masculines, if you're out there, this is a straight up message saying, if you keep telling the divine, no, you shouldn't have, then your abundance everywhere won't flow. But the solution for you not having the ability to wrap up or, fulfill your big, huge, audacious dreams, bodacious, I just heard. Part of that is that you wish for what the divine has for you. Like straight up, it's about saying, thank you, divine God. Thank you, universe. I'm not going to take for granted the things that you're bringing to me. I'm going to be in profound gratitude and bliss over these things that you're bringing into my life. And so that's how you unlock the door to incredible abundance, masculines, is you say, I do deserve it. I'm allowed to do this. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if things are showing up for you, ready, willing, and able to meet you there, masculines, saying it's too good to be true, or no, divine, you shouldn't have, you will block your abundance in all other regards. And so at this stage, I'm also getting that if certain things haven't moved forward, masculines, this is about bringing your feminine in, because it is likely that your divine feminine holds a piece of the puzzle for this continued opening of abundance into your life. Ooh, what do the feminines need to know about this? 3 of Cups, friendship. So feminines, if that means friendship to begin with, if that means setting a foundation of friendship that's not fully, the traditional things that possibly you'd like with this masculine, if it needs to start with just flat out full friendship to set a new tone, then so be it. At least a listening ear without judgment. This is unconditional love. It's not about you, feminine. It's about your love being big enough right now. That does not mean that you have to push for intimacy in some way, but your masculine wants to open up, and the divine is saying, allow your masculine to start where they feel it is appropriate to access your energy, your connection. This can be being a good friend to your masculine and having them ask you questions about how you do what you do so well, kind of thing. And that is not an innuendo. That is actually, maybe it can be, but it's more your attitude, your abundance, how you flow with those things. There's a sharing of energy back and forth in this card. And so where do we fit in? Where do I belong? I'm hearing the masculines say. Oh, what can we see for the near future? What can the masculines share about? Oh, yes, Ace of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. So there's something very clearly here. We got the Ten of Pentacles again. There's something very clearly here that the masculines know they have to love themselves more deeply in order to say, yeah, it's not too good to be true. I'm allowed to be this absolutely abundant. I'm allowed to accept that my divine feminine is a gift straight from God. Wow. What is the advice for the feminines? You're allowed to wish for this too. Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups. So yeah, it's mutual. Okay, what can we get for masculines? What can the masculines see for an emotion here? Peace. I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. So you're meant to release your resistance and any negative energy that keeps this connection at bay, masculines, because your abundance depends on it. When you resist this part of the blessing that the divine and universe wants to give you, you resist all blessing and abundance, really. It's a little bit mediocre. But they know this on the deeper levels. So what can we see for the feminines? Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. So yeah, feminines, if your masculine didn't take this whole thing so sincerely, and I'm hearing feminines saying painstakingly, slowly, but if they didn't take it that to heart, they would not have learned what they've learned so far. Neither would you have. You've got to give it to them. You would have rushed too quickly. Yes, you might think they are moving too slowly, but you were moving too quickly. Okay, many blessings. Bye for now.